Be relatively short day, so we'll have about 10 minutes. So far, the last activity in the last class went extremely well. They did a good job. They did a game called Kamikaze Pilot. Okay. Now, we did talk about that, and I had a problem with two of the actions in that. Okay, so far, I'm helping you out in ways in which you present to groups, especially when you have 20 plus people in a room. You have to make sure that you are thoughtful and sensitive to all of them. Okay, so the first day, what did we learn from the day was it Zoom? Autumn was yours. What did we learn from that day? Because we don't learn from the previous days, we're just going to keep making the same mistakes over again. Well, Magus? What about the explanation? Start out very general and then get specific, and ideally you have. You could have other people. You could delegate and have someone explain it. Okay? Thank you.
Oh wait, that's not.
Right, I'll put it over here. Okay, ideally, you show examples. Hey, that's rude. Put all that stuff away. Okay, ideally you show examples. You actually have people do the things that you want them to do. Because sometimes people are verbal learners and can just learn by talking. But you notice I talk very fast, I mumble, and I use sarcasm. So if I really want you to learn something, I put it on the board. Okay, so you can verbally see it, I mean you can visually see it as well. Okay, what else did you get the last couple of days about some problems we had with the group explanations? Taya, what else? Explain to me again, I'm not sure. Okay, oh, it's different interpretations. So there needs to be just one person that says, here's the way it's going to be. Okay? What else? Think about Taya's and Trisha's. What did we learn from that one? Trish, what did we learn from that one?
You need to plan it out really well and you need to make sure we're not fighting anymore.
Right. You always have to, unfortunately, you have to realize that people are just one step away from going to a dark place. And they might intend to be jerks and intend to be hurtful, but sometimes they don't mean to be, but they are. Think about it, their activity was we act like someone in class. Unfortunately, for some of you, you might act out a way that is, you just think it's funny, but it might be them hurtful. Okay? Let's see. What was yesterday's? Was that yours yesterday? Okay. I'm sorry, I got another one. Okay, so they did the pilot one today. You may know what I had a problem with the Kamikaze Pilot, because my job is to keep you safe, and there were 3 issues I had with that game, which I had to say they can't happen. Rebecca.
Because when you sit down, you like to be out so that when you get in class,
Right, there was an issue with legs and actually stepping on somebody that we had to plan for. So we did is we had people step backwards, and then the circle kept getting smaller and smaller inside them, just so we wouldn't have that issue. Yep.
did you have a problem with the C-modes or
No,
no?
it was okay. Aaron? Gunman was, I understand that was a too big a deal.
Maybe the name?
Why? Right. So basically, that is a strategy that warriors do. Warriors for Japan during World War II would rather die than surrender. And that's something that Japanese have always prioritized. There's something called seppuku that the samurai warriors used to do. A samurai would actually prefer, he would do seppuku where he would stab himself in the stomach and then have someone else cut his head off before he would surrender. Or if ever he did something dishonorable on the battlefield, he would commit seppuku. He would commit suicide. So the committing of suicide during World War II, the kamikaze, that was something, because the Japanese didn't understand how people surrendered. That would be too shameful. So for us Westerners to make a Western, we're not a Western school, but it seems like we kind of sometimes lean towards Western education. For us to then make fun of somebody's warrior is actually quite insulting. Okay, so yeah, so I said we just called it pilot. So no problem with there, we just called it pilot. There's nothing that needed to say kamikaze about it. Okay? There was another one I had an issue with. What's what calling you guys lay down? Something where everyone lays down at the same time?
Oh, wasn't it like coconut?
They call it JFK. They call it JFK, and everyone lays down at the same time.
Oh, that's
is JFK, but in my mind, I think of John F. Kennedy as a president who was assassinated in a very violent way. And so I picture how that occurred. So that now we're playing a game based on someone being assassinated. I have a problem with that. Okay, so we can just call it Sleeping Beauty. So it's just laying on the ground, and then when you pop up, instead of calling Cooking, you call Jack in the Box. You can always change things, but understand that. You might think, oh, we were just kidding. Well, you're just kidding marginalizes an entire people. To tell 150 Japanese that their warrior tradition is not funny, it's just the name of our game, that's insulting. You could argue something similar with Marco Polo. Marco Polo, that swimming pool game you guys play.
Oh yeah.
Marco Polo is a Western explorer who went all over Asia and lived in China for a while. And you play the game of Where Are You? Because I'm blind. So that's interesting. So just understand if you name things that you're thoughtful about. Okay, the game today shouldn't take too much time. It's a game that I used to play all the time. Some of these games we do require you to lose your inhibitions and not be so self-conscious. Some games require you to talk with each other, so you learn more about each other. Some games require cooperation. This game was played, I played in 3rd grade when I taught 3rd, when I taught 6th, because we used to have rainy days all the time. So it means we couldn't actually go out and have recess time, so we used to have rainy days inside the class. Who was running this activity? Ryan and Anna?
So everybody's just going to stay where they are. We don't need to.
Louder.
We don't need to move the tables today.
Okay, so we're going to play Heads Up, 7 Up. It's a pretty easy game, but could everybody just put their stuff away in their desks?
So you guys have until 9:20. I want the last 2 minutes to be reflection, and the questions I want to have asked are, how can we improve this game to make it more interesting for our age level? And how did we do it well? And third question I want to have asked is, what is the long-term adult value of this game, if any?
Okay.
Okay, so there should be some value to it. If not, we have to ask ourselves, why are we doing it?
So, does everybody know how to play Heads Up, 7 Up? Yeah. Yeah, no. Okay, so it's a guessing game. So we'll have 7 people in the front. Everybody will go to sleep and cover their eyes on their desk.
And you'll have to put your thumbs up.
Yeah, you put your thumbs up, and the 7 people will come around and tap your thumb, Rebecca. Tap. And then once you get tapped, you put your thumb in the way. And then, when all the 7 people come back up here,
You have tapped one person.
me and Anna will say, Heads Up, 7 Up. And everybody that got tapped will stand up. Everybody that didn't will just open their eyes and sit down. And then the people up here stand in the line, and we'll go through every single one person who got tapped. So there should be 7.
Have to guess who tapped them. If you guess wrong, you just sit back down. If you guess right, now you just come and tap her.
So, clear or any questions? Okay, so does anybody want to be the... Okay. Oh, we have a nice number. Okay, so we're just, I'm just gonna pick randomly. Motto. Achal. Rebecca. Taya. Aaron. How many is that? So come up here. And you pick 2.
Agnes that's so mean right now.
Okay, so now everybody lights out. So go like this. And if you guys are peeking, you will be asked to not play. Thumbs up. And remember, only one thumb up. So only one thumb up. And if you get tapped, put your thumb away so you won't get double tapped. Tappers. Tap. Okay. Who was tapped? Please stand up. Oh wow, this is a hard one. Nico,
Magnus.
nope. Oh, Taya. Oh, Trish. Okay, so Taya, who did you tap?
Nico.
Rebecca, who did you tap? Aaron?
Trish.
Cole. Magnus? Charles? Mono? Okay, so we
Guys, go one more.
should we keep one time and then we'll switch out? So who wants to sit? Who wants to sit down? Charles and Cole, you two go down. Who wants to be tapper? Jordan, your hand was up first, so you can go there. And on it, they'll looks good. And then we'll switch out a few. So same thing happens.
Yeah.
Lights out. Verona. Thumbs up. Tappers. Heads up, 7 up. Stand. Oh. Okay. Wings. Nico. Toa. Aaron. From Oh. Renata. Rebecca. Trish. Jordan. Magnus.
It's model.
Oh.
I felt that finger thing.
Okay.
Finger
Mono. Thank you.
Oh wow.
Come on.
Oh, I guess Magnus and then like it goes in Magnus.
Oh, okay, sorry. I'm sorry, Mono. So you're back up. So, Mono, who did you? Obviously. Aaron. Ooh. Magnus? Oh. Taya.
Nico.
Oh, wow. Again. Rebecca. Okay, we're going to play it one more round.
We're gonna pick everyone's gonna be new people.
Everybody down, please. Okay. Who wants to? Rebecca. Who wants to be up?
Me.
Okay.
One more person.
Renata.
Okay, you 7.
All up.
I think I'm 6. Just what I think.
Now we're the only We have 6. We only have 6. Okay, guys. And lights out. Thumbs up. Thank you. Commence. Heads up, 7 up. Stand up. Okay. There's 8 people standing. Oh, okay. Rebecca's not saying. Cole?
You.
You. On it?
You.
Maya, can you stop? Is there any problem with the way they're doing this right now?
Just say the name, and
Why?
it'll be better because you say you. Say the name. It's kinder, politer. I don't know what's the word. Oh, yes, I get. Good job. Wow. Jordan?
No, now you as well.
So proud. Chal?
James.
Oh.
It's
Trish. Oh. James? Otto, you're so popular.
Jordan.
Oh. Renata? Guys, Nichols.
Paul.
And Prada, you are our winner for this time. Good job, everybody. No, that's our, this was the last round. Thank you for your cooperation.
Well played.
Go play. Y'all need cops. Okay, guys, hello. Oh no, we're not playing anymore. So, we ask them questions.
You guys are in reflection.
So,
Is there anything we know move on? Like, game
What does it improve means to make it more engaged for everyone, or actually you could add new elements to it. You need to make it like a better game. That game's been going on for 40 years.
Since like I was thinking to make it more complicated, that would happen.
Can you repeat what people say so we understand?
so we could pick two people.
No, it's like
The tapper could, the tapper could pick two people, so it's like cross over. Unfortunately, we don't have something like that, but if we have bigger people, anybody else like any?
maybe next time instead of just tapping and guessing, we could ask them a question. Or like, who do you think would something the most about the tapping?
Can you repeat what the person said?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Maya, Anna, can you guys stand over there so your voice is carried?
Okay, so Trish said that instead of just tapping, have like a reason to tap, like who you think would be the best future president, maybe like that, and then do that, and then they say, Trish, Taya, I'm sorry.
Okay, it's kind of like when they tap their phone, they go like, there's like a subject, like you say like when you tap the person, whisper like a color, just to, like give like a small thing. And then you could like do a different person.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty cool. So,
different voices.
yeah.
But then
So-
other people can do, right?
Yeah. So, Aaron, what? Like, what do you mean?
More and more rounds.
Okay.
Like, we would, but like.
So, Mr. Burnett asked us to talk about what it would do for adulthood, or when you're an adult, how would this kind of help with that? And one of the things that we said was integrity, because nobody was peeking, and you have the chance to peek, but you don't, and that's good integrity. Does anybody else have an idea of how it could connect to being a responsible or adult? Okay, Trish?
I don't think it's responsible, but it also kind of helps with embarrassment because you might tap someone and people will be like, oh, you like that or something, or you won't be brave enough to guess that person had you because you think then people will think you like that.
Okay. So like taking a step like out of the social norms of
Okay, maybe like if you're trying to like select someone, like not always like select your friends, like if you're trying to do like a selection of something, you could like select the people that you think are good.
yeah.
what,
you.